Good morning, traders, and welcome to the daily call today, Thursday, the 16th of April. Before we get started, as always, please understand that any advice in today's session is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. All right, let's have a look at what's happened in yesterday's markets. From the US, we had retail sales numbers come out. Core retail sales number came in better than the forecast at minus 4.5%. That was against a predicted or forecasted minus 4.9, whilst the retail sales came in at slightly or significantly under at minus 8.7%. To the 8% forecasted. Now, overall, it was a strong day for the US dollar, given the data wasn't particularly great, with our own Aussie dollar dropping around about 100 pips against the greenback itself. From Canada, we had a monetary policy statement report. Interest rates were kept at 0.25%. New measures and economic stimuluses were announced yesterday as well to help the Canadian economy. Overall, the Canadian dollar did lose ground against a lot of the majors, particularly against the US dollar, with the US CAD jumping 220 pips for the session yesterday. That pretty much wraps up what came out in terms of data. So let's have a look at a chart of the day. My charts at the moment, charts of interest. As soon as I do see something and the market settles down a little bit more in terms of a trade, I'll definitely make sure that I let you know. Now, the chart that I'm looking at this morning is our own Aussie dollar. Now, of course, yesterday we did have a sharp pullback in terms of against the US dollar. This particular distance here, that was about 100 pips. That's yesterday's candle that I'm highlighting for you there. Now, what I wanted to sort of preempt today, we are going to be getting our employment numbers due out later this morning, and I just wanted to see what impact this could have on this particular chart itself. In particular, this type of candle is not a perfectly engulfing candle, but it is a very strong indicator of a market that pulls in this direction. So I just want to note that for you first of all, and then the other thing that I wanted to show you is as I drop into a 4-hour chart. So let me just change over to a 4-hour chart here. So this is the same Aussie dollar but on a 4-hour time frame. Now, if I ignore this section here, that's part of that big V spike that came down. It's a lot of noise. And what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to capture an envelope here. From about this point onwards, the market seems to have been moving quite smooth. Now, the distances that those candles are larger than normal because the market is volatile, but nevertheless, it is in a smoother action. Now, we are at this particular point here, and I can see that there is room to get down towards this possible support level. So, given the information that is getting released today, the way that the chart's looking, there is a higher probability towards a downward pull as opposed to a continuation and a recovery for our own Aussie dollar. So there you have it. That's just my thoughts on our Aussie dollar, and that is the chart of the day this morning, and that's the Aussie US dollar. All right, let's have a look at what's happening in the session, which is about to kick off today. I've already mentioned this morning at 11:30 we have our employment change and our unemployment rate numbers. Now, general media, I guess I wouldn't call it uneducated, but not specific. It's more hype type media is talking about numbers around about the 10% unemployment rate. If that should happen, it will send a shock through the market. Financial analysts are more in line of around about the 5.4%. So let's see what actually happens. The 10% figure seems to be attention grabbing, watch channel 9, 10, 7, etc. type news. So most analysts don't think it's around about that number, but should it be, it will definitely put a spike through our Aussie dollar. That comes out at 11:30, so look out for that. And then the only other bit of data is at 10:30 this evening from the US, and it's the unemployment claims number there. Guys, as always, please feel free to contact us if you do have any questions. Follow me on Twitter at ChatFX for trade setups and breaking news. Most importantly, hope you all have a fantastic trading day. I'll speak to you tomorrow for the daily call. Bye for now.